everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eunice. If you're new here, welcome. So how are you guys doing? How has been your week, your month so far? We are close to the end of the year. 2023 is almost over, thank God, because 2023 was probably one of the worst year of my life. That's another video in itself, but I'm so glad it is almost over. When I look back at 2023, I notice how so much things have changed around me and especially about me. I decided to do this, little funny video about 7 things that I've stopped caring about and why you should too. So if that's something that interests you, please keep watching. 7 things that now I just don't care anymore. The first one would be people pleasing. So one fact about me, I am the oldest of 4 of an African family. If you know, you know. You know that if you're the big sister of an African family, being a people pleaser is basically in you. You kind of don't have a choice really, because everybody is looking at you and is looking for you to set the example or to be the example, and you always try to do good by people at all times. And by doing that, you always say yes to doing stuff that ultimately doesn't benefit you. Even though you don't feel like doing the thing at that moment, you kind of don't have a choice because you're made to you are made to please people by default, if that makes sense. And by being a people pleaser by default, you always put your feelings at the last of your priorities. It became very unhealthy. When someone does something that rubs you the wrong way or hurt your feelings, you won't address it, because by being a people pleaser, you're also very, very afraid of confrontation. Up until today, I do not like confrontation, and I feel like that's just me being a people pleaser and always putting other people's feelings before mine. And I feel like in 2023, almost 2024, is just getting old. Sure, you want to do right by people. That's 100%. You cannot always do right by people if your own feelings are being ignored. That's something that I won't do anymore. So I put people pleasing in 2023, because 2024 I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to try to, because it's difficult to say because you've been doing that your whole life, but at some point you kind of have to set boundaries. So the second thing that I've stopped caring about is work drama. I do not care. I do not care about work drama. I'm basically going in to work, do my on the computer, and then I'm out. I do not care about what Monique did on the weekend. I do not care about what this person is doing and not doing correctly. I do not care about, and I don't even engage. I feel like at this point, life is just too real. I don't have time to engage in pettiness and gossip about somebody else's life. I have too much going on in my own life, to be honest, at this point. I do not care. I'm basically here to work, get my money, and go home. Well, I work from home anyway, so and I feel like that helped. Working from home really helped, minimizing the gossip, because you're not over there working and interacting with other people all the time. So that's really good. At this point, we're too old to be gossiping about other people's life. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And I feel like when you're, it's a different story if you are participating in those gossips. I'm here to do my job, and I feel like I am borderline antisocial. I don't know if I feel like I'm borderline antisocial, but at the same time I'm able to do the small talk. But when it comes to talking about somebody else, I'm just not gonna engage. I'm just gonna nod my head and do a little the corporate laugh, and just keep on working. Because for me, when it's 4 o'clock, I'll clock out. Work drama, I do not care. And don't travel life outside of work. I feel like most people that participate in those gossips and pettiness, you probably don't have a life. Go get a life. How about that? Go get a life. Before I continue with this video, I just want to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. I noticed that only 2% of you guys are subscribed. That means 98% are not. That's a lot. And I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by December of 2023. So please help me reach my goal and subscribe to my channel. So the third thing that I've stopped caring about is feeling bad whenever I am setting boundaries with other people. I feel like I am at a point in my life where boundaries are a absolute must. It's a must at this point. Like I said, 2023 was probably the worst year of my life. Now I am just at a place where I need to protect my peace and protect my mental health. And how do you protect your peace and your mental health? You set boundaries. Simple as that. So for me, setting boundaries would be always be in an environment where I feel safe. If I don't feel safe, I'm not going. That's something actually that came from my therapist. And she said that when you go through something that's very traumatic, you need a safe environment. And a safe environment is whenever you feel like you can be yourself. You are at peace. It's when you feel like you don't owe anybody anything. My safe environment is with my husband. It's in my house. It's with certain people. And whenever I don't feel like I am safe, I won't engage and I won't go. I just won't be participating in whatever that is, because life is too real. Life is too real to be over here not caring about what goes on in your up here. And you really have to set boundaries so you can protect your peace and your mental health. So I stopped feeling bad about setting boundaries, because I need those boundaries to just be functional, to just be half decent. So yeah. So the fourth thing that I've stopped caring about is trying to impress others. Oh, I feel like everybody is kind of guilty of that whenever it's on social media, especially Instagram. You trying to portray a life that you're not really living just to be able to impress other people. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I do not care. I do not care about impressing others. I just do not care. And I feel like most people are at that place as well, because now people are really looking for authenticity. They just want people to be real and raw. You can see that with the Kardashians. Kim and them, they started their influence with just being very flashy and showing their cars and showing their purses and showing this and showing that, and people are just sick of it. Like I don't know about you, but I'm sick of it. I just want to see real and raw. I just want to see the behind the scene. Like I said, life is too real. Life is too real to just show me the surface. I really want to dig deep. I just want you to tell me, okay, like what did you go through? Like, okay, sure, you're successful, but how did you do it? What was the struggles that you've been through? People are just looking for that. People are looking for real and raw. Like we're just sick of those Instagram days where you just post your highlights without showing the real and the raw. I'm at that point. I don't mind being vulnerable. I don't mind showing the struggles, because your struggle is other people's struggles as well. And how do we level up and how do we become better people if you're showing us only the highlights and not the real and the raw? It doesn't work, because life is too real. The fourth thing that I've stopped caring about is internet gurus advice. I just do not care. I just do not care. I feel like there's so much of them and you can spot them from a mile away. Internet gurus, really, they are just there for like I said, they are just there for the highlights. They are just there to be super flashy in your face, without really giving you real substance and real content, and content that's actually gonna change your life. Because most of the time, stuff that they're gonna be teaching you probably know already, or stuff that they're gonna be teaching you can easily do a Google search, or you can easily just go on ChatGPT and they will give you the answer. Internet gurus is very different from experts. There are experts. For example, if I want to improve my YouTube channel, I'm gonna listen to Tech Media, for example, because they are experts. If I want to improve my spiritual journey, I'm gonna listen to Sarah Jakes Roberts, because she's an expert. She does the research, and her life is a testimony about her own spiritual journey. So you really have to be picky about what you listen to and what you watch. I stopped listening to everything and anything, and I stopped just being entertained just for the sake of being entertained. I'm just gonna do like a a brain diet. I feel like that's what we need sometimes. You just need a brain diet to be able to function better. Internet gurus and their advice, I just don't listen to them anymore. So the next thing that I've stopped caring about is people opinions of me. Yeah, I do not care about what you think of me. I do not care. I do not care if you think that I have an accent. I do not care if you think this or that or this or that, because life is too real and I have a mission to do. God called me to do something, so I cannot be stuck on what people are thinking of me when I have work to do. You have work to do, and being obsessed about, oh man, this person gonna think this and this person gonna think this, or I'm not enough of this, I'm too much of this, is not gonna help you in any way. So you need to let go of that, because people are entitled to their opinions, and so are you. You're entitled to your opinions, but their opinions doesn't define your worth at the end of the day. And like I said, life is too real. Life is too real to be stuck on what people think of you. You have to work on understanding, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, and your goals. And I feel like when you know that, you cannot be stopped. You cannot be stopped, because once you have, okay, so I know that I'm good at this. I know that I need to work on that, but I do know that those are my values and this is my goal. You can't be stopped. So somebody else's opinions just won't matter anymore. It's really just be able to shift your mindset. And once you're able to do that, I guarantee you won't care about what people think of you. And I feel like it's just silly if 5 years goes by and then you just look back and you're like, wow, like I really didn't start the business, I really didn't start my podcast, or I didn't write that book because I was afraid of what those people are saying about me. And doesn't that sound a little bit ridiculous? Because it is ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, they won't pay your bills, girl. Those bills needs to be paid, and those goals need to be achieved. So you kind of have to put that behind you, and you kind of have to act blindly. And even though you're scared, you still have to do it. You still have to do it. And the last thing that I've stopped caring about well, this is like ongoing. This is still a work in progress. Stressing about money. I know this one, even for me, is still very hard to do. 2 weeks ago, my boss's boss, my boss's boss booked a meeting with me. She was, away for a little bit, and she came back and she booked a meeting with me just to catch up, right? But when I saw that meeting invite the first time, I was scared, not gonna lie. I was like, whoo, am I gonna lose my job? You're about to lose your job. You're about to lose your job. I thought I was gonna lose my job, to be honest. And I was talking to my husband, and I was like, man, what if that is the end? What if they let me go? And he was just like, well, we'll figure it out. And I was like, yeah, you're right, we'll figure it out, because we always have. That's not the first time we had to figure it out. So money is really touchy, because you still have to you have to pay your bills, you have to pay your rent, but ultimately you should always know that it's never gonna be so bad that you won't be able to pay your bills, or you won't be able to pay your rent, because God provided before, so why won't He provide now? It's just not gonna let you sleep on the street. It won't let you do that. So it's with that mindset that you always have to be reminded that it's gonna be okay. Money wise, it's gonna be okay. If now you don't have a job, you just got let go, you just have to tell yourself, God provided before, so He will provide again. I know it is easier said than done. I know. It's just not worth your sweat and tears. You're gonna figure it out. You're gonna figure it out like you did before. So for me, I decided to stop stressing about money. Mind you, like my boss's boss booked that meeting, and I was stressing absolutely nothing, because she just wanted to see how I was doing, and she just wanted to assign me to new projects. So sometimes you just have to, take a step back and look at what God did, so you can, very confident in His ability to do even more in the future. In 2024, no more stressing about money. God will provide. Amen. So there you have it, guys. 7 things that I've stopped caring about. Please let me know in the comments below, what have you stopped caring about, because I know you guys have some story and some opinion. So please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bisous. Bye.